Let me tell you about a young man. I saw him once, back when he was just a kid, eyes wide with dreams, a fire burning in his heart. He had this thing, this raw potential, this unwavering belief that he could be more. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth, no sir. He had to fight for every inch of ground he gained. See, his neighborhood, it wasn't the land of opportunity, more like a breeding ground for doubt and discouragement. The whispers were constant. You can't make it. You're not good enough. Just settle for what you've got. He heard them all. He had this vision, see? A burning vision of what he could become, what he should become. But the world had tried to snuff that fire out. It threw obstacles in his path, boulders he had to climb over, trenches he had to crawl through. He stumbled, he fell. He questioned his own worth, felt like he was drowning in a sea of uncertainty. Sometimes he'd look up at the sky and he couldn't even see the sun. It was all darkness, all doubt. All that noise saying he couldn't. That he was destined to fail. He believed it for a time. But deep down, buried beneath the layers of discouragement, there was something else. A tiny flicker of something that refused to be extinguished. A voice not outside himself, but deep inside that wouldn't shut up. That voice, that stubborn seed of self-belief. It was all he had. That was the only thing that separated him from the rest. That was his magic, his greatest weapon, that refusal to be defeated, no matter the odds and no matter the circumstances. See, life isn't always fair. It throws you curveballs. It tries to break you down to make you settle for less. But it's what you do after you get knocked down that matters. That truly matters. It's not about if you'll fall. It's about when, and it's about what happens next. That young man, he learned that the real battle, the real war, wasn't outside himself, wasn't with the obstacles. The real battle is with the voice inside your own head. That voice, the one that tells you you're not good enough, that you're a failure, that you'd quit. That's the enemy. And that enemy, that voice that can only be silenced with something, with what you carry inside of you. Your faith in yourself, your belief in your own worth, your vision for what you can be. That is your greatest weapon against it all. So, let me ask you something. What do you believe in? I'm not talking about what your parents told you. I'm not talking about what your teacher said or what society tries to sell you. What I'm asking is, what do you believe truly deep in your heart about yourself? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see someone full of potential, someone destined for greatness, someone who refuses to be held back? Or do you see someone who's been talked down to, held back, limited, who's been told they're not enough? Because I'll tell you something, what you believe about yourself, that's what becomes your reality. Now, some of you are sitting here maybe feeling like it's too late. Maybe you're thinking, I've made too many mistakes, I'm too old, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the resources. You've allowed doubt to take root, to grow, to become the very walls of your prison. You have listened to the voice that says you can't for so long that you have started to believe it. But let me tell you, it is never too late to start believing in yourself. It is never too late to laugh. It is never too late to rewrite your story. This isn't about your past mistakes, it's about your future potential. The fact that you are here listening to me means that somewhere inside of you there is a part that hasn't given up on you. There is a flame still flickering that you can choose to fan into a roaring fire. You simply need the courage to believe in the power within you. To believe that you are worthy of greatness, of happiness, of all the things you are meant to have. See, the world will try to define you. They'll try to put you in a box. They'll tell you what you can and cannot do. What is it? It isn't possible. They'll tell you to be reasonable, to be realistic, to settle for what's easy. But I'm here to tell you, don't you listen to them. Don't let the world steal your dreams. Don't let other people define your worth. Don't let the noise drown out your inner voice. That voice, the one that says you can, the one that says you're enough, that's the one you need to listen to. Because that's the voice of your true self, your potential, your penchant. You see, we are all born with a spark, a gift, something unique that the world needs. It's your responsibility to find that spark, to nurture it, to let it grow into a fire that illuminates your path. And that path, it's not always going to be easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments where you want to give up, to settle. But those moments, they're the tests. They are the trials that forge your character, that refine your spirit, that make you stronger than you ever thought possible. And here's the key, see, those tests, those failures, those setbacks, they don't define you. They are part of you. They are the ingredients that create the beauty is in you. We don't learn in the mountains, we learn in the valleys. We learn from the times we fell, not the times we soared. Because that is when we truly begin to see how truly capable we are of rising back up again. The secret is not to avoid the valleys, but to learn from them, to find the lessons hidden beneath the pain. To use those experiences to fuel your journey, to never let those moments of defeat be the end of your story. They should be the middle, because they are what allows for the triumphant conclusion that is waiting for you. Because when you are at your absolute lowest, there is no other direction to go but up. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. None of us are, but I am saying that you have to be persistent. You have to be determined. You have to be unrelenting in your pursuit of your dreams. You have to be willing to work hard, to put in the time and make the sacrifices, even when it's hard, even when you don't see the results immediately. You have to be willing to push past your comfort zone, to take risks, to embrace the unknown, and to never ever give up on yourself. See, success isn't just about talent. It's about tenacity, it's about grit. It's about believing in yourself even when no one else does. It's about waking up every day and deciding that today is the day you're going to take a step closer to your goals. It's about understanding that the journey may be long, that the path may be difficult, but that you have the strength and the resilience to overcome any obstacle, as long as you believe. The world doesn't give you what you deserve, it gives you what you demand, so go out there and demand greatness. Because you are not a victim of circumstance, you are the architect of your future. And let's be honest here, we all have doubts, we all have fears. It's part of being human. But the key is not to let those doubts and fears control you. The key is to acknowledge them, to face them head on, and to push past them as them fuel instead of as anchors. Don't let fear make your decisions for you. Fear is a liar, and it robs you of the potential that resides within you. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's about choosing to act despite the fear that you are feeling. When fear comes knocking, you need to be stronger. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to let fear hold you back? Are you going to allow other people to dictate your life? You're going to settle for mediocrity? Or are you going to decide right now that you are worth more than that? Are you going to choose to believe in yourself? Are you going to find that spark within you and let it shine? I want you to look inside yourself. Look past the fear, past the doubts, past the past, and find that light. The light that has always been there waiting for you. Because you are enough. You have everything you need inside of you to achieve your dreams. You have the talent, the grit, the passion, and the potential to be anything you want to be. You are worthy of greatness. You are destined for greatness. You just have to believe. You have to make that decision. You have to own that belief. And when you do, when you truly believe in yourself, nothing, no obstacle, no person, no circumstance can ever stop you. Remember the young man I told you about? The one who had all the odds stacked against him. He learned that lesson eventually. He learned to silence the voice of doubt and to trust the voice within. He learned to believe in himself when no one else did. He went on to do great things, to touch lives, to make a difference in the world, to show others what was possible when you chose to believe. And you are no different. You have that same spark within you, the same potential for greatness. It's just waiting for you to find it and to believe. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall, but you're not going to stay down. You're going to get back up. You're going to learn from your mistakes. And you're going to keep moving forward because you believe in yourself. You believe in what you are capable of becoming, and you will never again allow the world to diminish your dreams. So go out there and make it happen. Go out there and be the person you were meant to be. Go out there and show the world what you're made of, because it's waiting to be amazed. And one last thing before I go. The power to change your life doesn't lie with anyone else. It doesn't lie in the hands of the world. It lies with you. It always has. It always will. You simply need to reach in and take it. And when you are in those tough times, don't look to validate you. Look within to that inner voice and tell it that the time for doubt is over and the time for greatness has begun. Now go, because you are all destined to be something remarkable.